did live in a van for I mean, this was like maybe 4 years.
What?
Yeah, I think at
Tell me more about that.
my toughest point, I think, it's probably between 2017, like maybe 2022. That was a tough stretch. And it was tough.
Tell me.
Well, I think it was tough because, so for me, I always knew, like, worst comes to worst, I was like, I could always do well being a successful scientist. And I also had other options in terms of, especially like the investment I made in medical device. I could have taken a path in the industry. So for me, those were my worst. So it's not like I just jumped off the building. Like I wasn't doing that kind of bet. It was a gamble, but it was a very meticulous gamble. But for me, it was like, I could always go into industry and do very well. But for me, I was like, I wanted my 20s. I didn't want to look back and be like, damn, I had a couple chances to make a couple investments. It's not even the money per se, even though having an exit like that is life-changing. It is life-changing. I will say that.
Financially and what else?
But it's not, I think when you're chasing it, I think money is a part of it. But I think what I've come to realize is, one, the storm eventually stops. So, I'm no longer in the van days. So eventually that does stop, right? And if you're ready for the opportunity, it's your time to strike.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Best Life by You, the podcast dedicated to helping you overcome challenges around nutrition, mindset, training, relationships, and well, all of the above. I'm your host, Julia, and today we have a friend and a special guest, Anthony, with us today. So hi, Anthony. What's up? How you doing, man?
How we doing, guys? How we doing? Nice
It's
to be
great.
friends.
Yeah, it's great. So I'm going to give a brief introduction about Anthony, and then we'll go into his life story, Social Security, all the information. So Anthony is a very successful cancer research scientist and serial entrepreneur. He recently finished a biohealth medical device IPO company exit. He was a former collegiate soccer player as well and now still plays soccer. He swims and is a frequent gym enthusiast. So again, I said brief introduction, but I know you have a lot more to share, Anthony. I know you have a whole life history, things of you being a serial entrepreneur to dive into. So we can just start right off the bat of, what is your story? Who is Anthony? Why should people be listening to your story? So I'm going to just pass the mic over to you because I know we've had a few conversations about your energy and just your passions and how you found me. We'll also discuss how we found each other.
Yeah.
And then, Anthony, you go ahead and just dive right into, what brought you all the way to your exit recently from where you started.
Appreciate the intro.
Yeah, got
Happy
you.
Tuesday, everyone. So for me, I think it all starts, with a dream, right? And I think it kind of goes back to my core, just being something we also talked about, just being a Pisces. I think it's
I'm a Virgo, though. You're
right.
Pisces. I'm
But
Virgo.
that's what I'm saying. But you're Virgo and Pisces. So like I told you, like I work the best.
Yeah.
I end up working
Yes.
the best with Virgos because you guys are very meticulous.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
You guys are like extremely grounded, very practical. I think
Yes.
I called you like a checklist girl, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah,
She
you
is
did.
like a tried and true checklist girl vibes, 100%.
For the day. This is just today's checklist.
And that's
This is just
today.
today's.
Checklist girl.
This is just today. Like from beginning to start. You should see my calendar. If you're not on my calendar, you're not happening.
I
Anyway,
call her
go
the
ahead.
operational wizard. Like from A to Z, she has
Yes.
like that green light, and she just, and I love working with people like that because operationally it's something I've had to learn, but naturally I definitely have more of the Pisces, the big, goofy dreamer, big picture. That's just me. But
Mhm.
oftentimes, like we talked about, if there's not really good communication, there can be a clash from a personality standpoint. Just because we work it can work well together, but we work very
Yeah.
differently. And so a big part of my success was took some time just to learn in terms of understanding why certain relationships worked the way they worked or why they didn't. That was a big part of, I think, my exit.
Mhm.
But dialing it back from the Caribbean, so I was born in Haiti, one of the poorest countries, but also Haiti was actually the first free black country too in 1804, right? So I think it comes with the gift and the curse. And I think having that spirit, I think for me, I definitely embody that. And so for me, that's kind of where it started. But I grew up mostly in New York. I always had a very good, I remember I had a super fun childhood. I played all the sports, baseball, soccer was the one that kind of stuck even up until college. But I think it kind of, when you play sports at an early age, it forces you to learn communication. It forces you to learn different kinds of people, how to work with different kinds of people to accomplish an ultimate goal.
Mm-hmm.
So I think soccer really did that for me. I think that was extremely important, especially I think when you're trying to achieve something, it's not a matter of, plan A not working, but it's a matter of having enough ammunition in place so you can get the result you want, even if it's not traditional. But for me, that's kind of how I operate. And so that was important. Sports was a big part, I think, of kind of like my background and that kind of stuff. And then I think throughout high school, I think I did the IB program. It was like it's like an international program, international baccalaureate program. It's similar to AP, but a little different in terms of rigor. But it's a little bit more, I think AP is more like exam focused, like you
Yeah,
go through
it was.
exams and that. I think, were you in AP?
Yeah, I was in AP, and I think the IP, I can't remember what it was called, but
IB.
I did AP. I think, yeah, it was like college credit though.
It was. It
PA?
was.
Maybe mine was called PA or something, but I got college credit in high school
You
to
did?
like, yeah, to like go through, and even like APs. I was not an exam girl. Heck no. I'm the girl
Really?
that like had to retake my English teaching exam 5 times. 5 times because I failed 4 times. Yeah, because I'm like, no, I'm gonna win. And even though I failed, I lost it. But my mom laughed because she's like, I think it's
Yes?
just a
Oh,
chance.
man.
No. No, my mom was like, if you fail a 6th time, you're going drunk because now it's just a probability thing because I would take
The odds are against you.
the same exam 5 times, wrote the same essay 5 times, but they never give you feedback on what you got right or wrong. It was
Oh,
just like pass
really?
or fail. No, I mean, yes, but no, I did not know anything I
What?
got wrong. Didn't know. That's how the state teaching exams worked back then. So I was paying this money to take this exam. The first time I failed by 20 points. Second time I failed by 1 point. The
1
third time
point?
I failed, the first, or 1 or 2 points. Yeah, it was like so shy. Third time I failed by like 40 points. The fourth time I failed by I don't know, it was like close under 10 points.
Wow.
And then I finally passed with like 50 points above the score. And I was like, okay, somebody back there is rigging me. Like, this is a rigged system because no way. I'm literally writing the same essay. Nobody's giving. But anyway, back to you. We digress with my. Yeah,
Sure, Zen.
I'm very disciplined. I don't give up. Like, if somebody tells me no, I'm like, okay, we're gonna figure out another way to make this happen.
Love it. I love the
Yeah.
resilience. This is a classic Virgo, by the way. Just letting you
Yeah,
know.
it is. It's the resilience and boundaries. Like my boundaries are like, I'm getting it done. Like right now, my business, I am like, nope, nobody bother me. Business, which is like, okay, not exactly healthy sometimes, but like
It's not.
I still hang out with my friends. I still go to the gym. I love what I do. And I'm a career woman. I love what I do.
A career woman. I love it. So,
Yes, I
but
love what I do.
are you like 100% career woman, or would you say you still carry
No.
those traditional values? I'm just curious. It's not.
Still, well, no, I still would want like the traditional marriage with kids, like the husband leading the family. Like that's something I do want. Well, it's a team. I would say like it's a team, but I would hope for the man to be more so leading and guiding the family.
Interesting.
But
Okay.
I don't know because I'm not in that position. So part of me just
You have a
have
plan,
been
though.
so what?
But you could have a plan. I feel like every little girl has
Yeah,
like a plan as to like what
I feel
they're,
I feel
I'm got 2
like
sisters, by the way, so I know how it goes.
okay, you get it, but it's just I feel like I've been so
Yeah.
right now goal oriented with my business
Especially now,
that
yeah.
I don't, because I'm the kind of person that's like pours 110% into a relationship.
Mm.
So I don't want to be like
He's a lucky
going
man.
into a relationship.
You hear that, fellas? And fellas, I hope you guys are listening. That's a lot. I'm just saying. I hope you guys are listening to the lady right now. That's a lucky man. 100%. That's what you're getting. You're not even getting 100%. 110. 110. I'm just, for all the fellas out there, beautiful looking fellas, 110%. He is ready. All right?
No, you think I'm ready. I think I'm like, no, I just want a few more years to
Settle
be.
down. The business, yeah.
I want
it
a
makes
few more
sense.
years to really enjoy my business and my singlehood. Like,
You should.
it's been
enjoy
like
that.
4 years. Like, it's been 4 years of being pretty much, I think 4 years.
It's
I
been
don't even
4?
remember. 3.5 years, 3.5 years of single. Yeah, I'm not, But it's for me, it used to bother me. It does not
What
anymore. Like
changed though?
I've
It
just
seems like
become
you've evolved from your. I sense that too. You seem to have evolved from like
the
the whole.
wanting.
Yeah, you seem to have
Yeah.
really almost evolved into like a different, almost like a
It's the
superhuman.
energy shift.
If that makes sense. Like I just feel the pure. I told you this from day one.
Yeah.
He has like a pure aura. I'm telling you, like
Thank you.
it's like and it's something Pisces are very good at detecting. I think it's a gift that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's so pure. It's like you can't help but be like, "Is this possible?" Like you can't help but say that. It's a pure energy,
Thank
very
you.
pure.
I think it's been yeah, but I think even like men, we talked about this. Like
Yeah,
I've my boundaries have been up for
I can
so
feel it.
long with men,
Yeah,
so long that it's like I
wow.
think either because I've been like I don't want to say recently screwed over because I haven't really given many men the opportunity, but
It
part of
sounds
me
like
is
it.
just like I just don't see I don't want to say I don't see a need.
Wow, you hear that, fellas?
No, I don't want to say that.
But that's what
No,
you
I
are, though.
think
There's nothing wrong with being honest. If that's what you
that's
are,
I
that's what
just
you
feel
are.
like right
You don't
now
need it.
it's
You don't need it.
I don't want to say I don't need it. I'm just so focused on my business that like sometimes I feel like the man because people are like men will be like, no, I want to just be focused on this one thing and nothing. And I feel so in my masculine energy. Like I was saying, I think we talked about this before. I'm just like I don't think that right now, and again, it could be because I just am not in the headspace, but
Sure.
I feel like right now I've been so goal oriented and focused on my business that
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm 30. I'm still so young.
You
Even
are
though
young. I was gonna
on
say,
the contrary,
you're
people are
young.
like, "Wait, one of my friends is on her second child right now and she's
Second?
30." And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, well, I have some kids who I mean some kids, I have some friends who have kids that are, you know, hitting like 3, 4.
You are young. 30
But
is
for
young.
me, that's also my mentality. It's like I also know of the people who run businesses and they've given me advice.
It takes some time.
Women married who are with a husband, they're like, I love my husband, I love my kids, wouldn't change it for the world. But they were like, if you have the choice to stay single and let your business build, do it. And so I've had multiple women tell me in relationships that if that's an option, that's kind of where it's been in my mindset. And it could, for me, I do want to shift that mindset to be more so open to things, but right now I've
It would
just
take a
been
special
like
man. I mean, I
it
think you
would
would, but I think it would
it
really
would.
take a special man. He'd have to be persistent, but I think
Yeah.
it would also have to be the kind of thing where it's like, like you're pulled to like be able to tap into your anima, right?
Mhm.
Versus you being 100% in your animus right now. I think it would have
Mhm.
to be, if it's the kind of thing where you're pushed into it, I don't think it's going to work. I think
Yeah.
you'd have to be pulled into it naturally.
Yeah.
It would have to be that kind of situation in your
Yeah.
case. Cause I could
Think so.
feel like the business. Cause I've been there like before. That was me for
Yeah,
like the
you
past
talk about it.
8
You
years.
talk about it. This is a whole sidestep of what we were talking about of highlighting you and your career and your life.
So me, back to me.
Yes, yes. You tell us about your career, your life, where you are right now, like
So for me,
family and stuff.
I think college was great, right? I think and just continuing, I think my intellectual pursuit. And I think it's one of those years where you're like discovering yourself, right? I think you're trying to please people, even though I'm not the people pleaser type, but
Mhm.
I think you're trying to figure yourself out. And I think, especially for someone like me who has so many different passions, different interests,
Yeah.
I have so many different networks. Like I think I was telling you, I have like so many different business networks, so many different intellectual networks. For
Yeah.
me, I really enjoy this kind of stuff. I think at some point I was like, I think the biggest dream that I wanted to do was be a part of a company that went public. And so for me, but for me, it's like that. Like if you tell most people that, that's kind of like a pipe dream, right? But for me, that was really
Can
what I
you
wanted
talk
to do.
about sorry to interrupt, can you talk about, like, what that actually means? Like, for a
So
company to go
yeah,
public?
so I think there's different ways of being in business.
Mhm.
I've come to learn all the different ways actually. I think that kind of happens. But for me, so like you can have like a small business, right? Like and you're trying to grow that, which is the phase that you're in.
Yes. Yeah.
I've done that with e-commerce. The pet brand I told you that I have with my brother,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's scaling pretty well. He does more of the retail, I do more of the wholesale. All those things are nice, right? All those things are, it's not better or worse than the other. It's just a different I call it a different vertical, meaning like a different type.
Yeah.
So that's what a lot of people do. Some people do like, that could be real estate, right? Depending on what your niche is, right? It could be almost
Mm-hmm.
anything you create. That's a business, right?
Yeah.
But then there's other kinds of investments, right? There's like, for example, nowadays you have people who invest in crypto. That's a lot more, that's riskier, that's more aggressive, right? You have people who do that kind of stuff, which that was equivalent to back in the days when people used to like do the whole gold rush thing. I don't know if you remember, like, there was a period
Yeah.
where they talked about the gold rush and all that.
Yes, I do remember that. Yeah.
That's what,
Whoa.
right? But that's technically a business. That's an investment, right?
Yeah.
So
Damn.
that's a thing people could do. But then there's also like, when I say public, I mean either being the founder or being an investor. In this case, I was an investor of like an early investor. Like we call it like a preferred shareholder, where you're
Okay.
basically one of the first. In this case, it was one of the first 11. Usually, it's like maybe 10 to 20. So usually, the first 10 to 20, they call them preferred shareholders. That means once the company goes from the different phases is like pre-seed, there's seed, there's Series A, there's Series B, there's Series C, and then you go public on the stock market. Basically, that's what going public.
Okay.
And so for me, but
Got
that's
it.
like a long shot though. I mean, that's because you have to go through a lot of different phases.
Okay, so people can invest in your company on the stock market.
So you can, but at that point, usually the difference is because it's gone public already, you can still invest in it, but you like the return won't be the same as someone like me who took the gamble like during the pre-seed phase. That's the
Got it.
difference. So you can still do well. It's almost like Apple and Google, like the first 10 to 20 people who invest in Apple and Google. That's a different return compared to if I get on it now, right? Or even if I got on it like 10, 15 years ago, it's different.
Yeah, 100%. I
That's the
understand that.
difference. Just to kind of like separate the difference. That's the
Okay.
So I was a part of like the early beginning phase of a medical device company that went public. So for me,
Good
in
return.
healthcare, that's basically the biggest return you can ever make in that. I can't think of any return bigger than that you can make in that
Damn.
sector. That's what I went for. Because for me, I was like, if I'm gonna play this game, I'm like, I'm gonna go for the best one. I'm gonna play the best hand I can play. That's the kind of guy I am.
Damn.
I don't do second fiddle. I don't do third place. Like if I'm gonna play a hand, I'm
Damn.
gonna play the best hand or I'm gonna die trying. That's how I am, right?
Amazing.
So for me, I was probably 20. I was doing cancer research. So this is while I was still a cancer researcher. So I was probably 21, 22. And I was like, well, it's either I'm gonna be a traditional, like doctor treating patients, which is cool. There's nothing wrong with that, by the way.
Yeah.
That's of all my
Very
friends,
admirable.
that's probably the more secure path. When I look back, the past 10 years of all the cool stuff we did, because I was a part of a really cool, it was called SMDP, by the way.
SMP5. What?
S-
SMD. I was like,
you cracked me up. Damn.
I was like, I'm investing in that. Wait, what?
That's a great program, though. Nah, I tell even now, you crack me up. You should consider being a comedian, by the way. That should be like
I did want to be on SNL. Maybe in like 10 years' time.
You
You'll
have
see
it.
me on SNL.
You have
You'll
the
see me on
elements.
SNL. Thank you. Thank you. You could be on it too. Yeah, I think so. You're a Pisces, so.
Appreciate it. So I tell people all the time, like that program really was huge. I was probably 20. I was a young puppy. Very young.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. 20 it's a baby.
That's like
It's a
almost 15
baby.
years ago. I was a young puppy. Like, could you believe I was engaged at 21?
Wait. We did talk about this.
At 21?
Not your ex-girlfriend. We talked about fiance.
Yep, I was fiance at 21.
And it was broken up like mutual? Was that the
Yeah, it was
mutual
mutual.
one?
We broke it up a year after. Great
Okay.
decision, by the way.
Yeah.
Phenomenal decision. That
Yeah.
was but that's the kind of person who I was, though. I think like I told you, like I expected the best.
Yeah.
Just a little too early in that category. Oh, but SMDP is great. I'm not promoting them or anything, but it's just something I did. It's really good because it helped me to figure out, even back then. So we have a reunion every year or so.
Okay.
Like we see what everyone else ended up doing. Funny story, I took the biggest gamble and I probably like got the biggest return, right? That was me. Like literally in the group, I'm the guy who took the biggest gamble.
Damn. Well, that's what happens. You got to risk, like you got to take those
You gotta
risks.
take chances. I did. I took chances. A lot of people ended up being, medical doctors treating patients, took the very secure, very secure path. Some people went into like law school. So it was a very good mix of academics and slash some people went off to like build their own businesses.
Right.
I think I was the only one that actually had an investment that went public. So I was probably the only one that did that. But it was just good to be able to track back and be like, who actually did what they say they were going to do. And it's just kind of nice to see like the evolution, right? So that was the beginning of that path. And then so at 22, I started to realize that cancer research is cool, but I started to see, this is the Pisces in me. I started to see like me 10 years down the road. And I was like, I can't imagine myself just like being a teacher.
That was me as a teacher. I was like, it was in the classroom and I was like, I cannot do this for another 5 years.
Right?
I was looking around. I'm like, and I felt that too. I mean,
what happened?
I worked a few different careers, you know, like I worked in higher ed and I was in like residence housing, orientation, campus programming, did that. Mainly resident director, emergency crisis, and then always did group fitness on the side, did nutrition on the side. And then I worked for a coaching company, which I really enjoyed, but it was just a lot toxic wise.
The environment was the problem for you. I see.
And it wasn't until it was. And then no shade. I learned a lot at that company, but it was just something that we didn't.
It was a clash.
You know what? It was more so. I was also going through relationship issues. I also was kind of like,
fellas,
I think I want to stability.
Be careful. I'm telling that anyone who wants to listen, if you're going to try it, come correct. She's not playing. He is not playing. I'm just telling you guys.
I'm not playing. My girlfriends laugh because they're like, even though Julie's been single, she's going to be the first one, like she's gonna be the quickest engagement out of all of us.
Like
and I'm like, oh no, probably right. So anyway, then I went into teaching, and I applied for over 100 jobs, did not get a job. I went over 100? And I went on 15 interviews, did not get. I like made it to the third round of multiple interviews, never got the job. And I feel like that was God also being like,
it's not for you.
Being like, it's not for me. And then in the same time, like I had an interview with my NBA player, and that was just going to be part-time, and then ended up like continuing on for years. And that pretty much inspired me to just do my business. So I left teaching on the gamble. I mean, I'm a Virgo too. So let me say this like for the millionth fucking time. I am not just going to leave something and be like, it's okay, I have no money in my pocket. Like, that's not me. No, I'm going to have money. But then I had $12,000 in my savings that I was like, okay, no worries. But then I ended up spending it all in a week because I was in a moldy apartment. I was super sick. My last apartment had black mold.
You were sick?
Yeah, I was super sick, like from black mold, black mold, like mushrooms growing in my apartment. Like literally,
wait. In the bathroom or the apartment? Those are two.
No, the apartment. The apartment. I had mushrooms growing in my apartment.
What?
No, it's not impossible. Hold on. Well, I'll text you after. I'll show you pictures. Well, let me just show for everybody who's listening. Hold on. I definitely have it because I tried to sue them. Yeah, I almost. I was in and out of the hospital, in and out of urgent care. I was sick all the time. I was on every medication, which is why like I'm very holistic. Like I was trying to take care of myself, being vegan. And you know what the guy said to me? The one who came and detected the black mold. He's like, being plant-based and being healthy saved your life. He's like, I'm just going to tell you because he met people who were permanently on ventilators after living in the condition I lived in. So I lived in black mold for a few years. So that messed up my mental health. I had a twitch in my eye for like, 6 months? I had a permanent twitch. I lost feeling in the side of my face from black mold toxicity.
Black mold?
Yeah. So anyway, I was going through all that. So mind you, my friend came over. This is what happened. I swear I'm going to find my friend had come to my apartment and she had to be rushed to the hospital because she's allergic to mold, and her whole face broke out and she was brought to the hospital, and she was like, she had a reaction to mold.
You got lucky. Oh my God.
And lucky as in being sick. My lung, I couldn't work out or move because I had not a collapsed lung. It was,
pneumonia?
There was a name for it. No. Well, yeah, I had pneumonia, but it was all this part. I couldn't move. Like it was so painful and inflamed from coughing so much. No, I'm going to find this picture. But yeah, so it took me a while to heal my body and my mental health after mold toxicity. So my $12,000 savings that I saved after quitting teaching, I was like, it's okay. I was going to stay in that apartment because the apartment gaslit me, told me it was totally fine. Then my friend told me, she has a friend who like, again, energy. And she's like, there is black mold in your apartment. You need to get out. send this man in to detect, hire somebody. I spoke to a lawyer. The lawyer had me hire this guy. It was like $2,500. Come pull back the wall and detect black mold. And then we tried to go forward with a lawsuit, but I wasn't sick enough
A
in New
lawsuit?
York.
It was that
Yeah,
serious?
it was horrible. Yeah, but I wasn't sick enough to move forward with it. I wasn't sick enough to move forward with it, so I dropped it. No, they dropped me because they're like nothing. But I didn't want. The only thing I wanted was just I was so sick. I just wanted bills to be covered. I just wanted bills to be paid. And I wanted them to give me back like a few months worth of rent. They didn't give me back my security deposit. My gosh, why is it so hard for me to find? I do have a whole album of it.
That's
So
and it
it
was not even a
was
room. It was the whole
it was the whole
apartment.
apartment. Yeah, hold on.
Because
I'm
one thing if
determined
it's a
to
room
show
or
you.
something, right? But if it's a whole apartment, that's a problem.
No, it was
That's a serious problem.
horrible. Yeah, here. Well, you can see. I'm gonna jump off mic for like a few seconds. Hold on. So you saw that was like the wall.
Julia.
Hold on. And wait. I was living in this for years, mind you. This. And the whole thing is they just gaslit me to believe that I was okay. This was breathing above my bed. Can you see that?
In your room?
Yeah, above my bed, and
Oh,
I would
that's
I would
crazy.
and then my parents, God, I love them, but they were like, "You are complaining too much, over exaggerating." And I'm like, "Guys, I can't breathe." And then this was mushroom.
What's that? Yo, this is serious.
Yeah, so I was super super sick. And then even the wall collapsed. You see? Sorry everybody listening to this podcast. You're just hearing me. All I'm doing for anybody listening, I'm just giving Anthony a visual representation of my wall. So anyway, I hired this guy to come. He pulled back the wall and it was all black mold. Like if you just see the beginning of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
underneath the cracks.
Underneath,
You
behind.
couldn't see it because of what you were doing, but it was
Yeah,
all.
but it was all there. It was all there from water damage and everything. I even paid for insurance to try to cover my hotel. So I had to go stay. Well, I
Hotel.
rented a room. So I rented a room at my friend's apartment for 5 weeks or 6 weeks. I paid her to like live there in her room to give her. So I was like renting a room at her place, and then I rented a hotel, which stupid because it was the time of year I rented it. It was like $2,000 for 5 days.
What?
Yeah, it was so expensive. It was so expensive. But then I was also like, screw it, because if I'm like, I was dying and struggling so much mentally and like physically. I was in and out of doctor's appointments trying to figure this out. Mind you, all on my own too. Like there was one time I had my mom come to the hospital with me and they were like, it's just anxiety. And I'm like, but nobody at the hospital knows how to deal with mold toxicity.
They don't.
So
That's a special
anyway,
condition.
my point is, I went through between moving expenses, then hiring a broker to find the apartment I'm in now, paying the first month rent, the rest of what I owe, paying for a hotel, paying for a moving crew, paying for not new furniture, but like new stuff for the
That
apartment.
savings money was gone.
$12,000.
Yeah.
$12,000. So it was kind of laughable because I was like, well, there, I have $12,000 just to hold me over for 6 months
That's a big
while
gamble.
I figure out,
Gamble.
and then I ended up spending it all. But I would be working while I was hella sick. Like I'd be coaching classes. I still had clients online. I have my NBA player. So I was getting income, but I'm not really a spender. So everything was going into investments, high yield savings, things of that nature. And so I was very much that girl that was like determined to build it back up. And I did. I've built up. I actually paid off my college loans that were over $90,000. I just paid them off last month, and I paid off my car. All with God's grace. All with God's grace. And I know how to invest. I took a class on how to invest. This is my selling point. No, I'm kidding. I took a class on how to invest.
Guys, please
I don't know how many
listen.
guys actually listen to this podcast, but I think it's maybe.
Please listen.
But I'm
Resilience.
smart with my investment. But my point was, I was not going to be that girl that went and said, let me go start a business without having some sort of income and savings and some sort of job on the side. Like, I'm a risk taker, but I'm not that big of a risk taker where I'm like, no, I have no money in my account. I'm just going to la, la, la. Like, That's not Julia. That was not me. Not me. So money's in savings, money's growing in my investments. I learned how to do it all myself. Well, not myself. I took a course that
You
taught
didn't
me
have
how to
coaches
do all
though?
these
There's
things.
no way. You told me you had coaches and stuff like
No,
that.
I did. No, I hired I paid for a class, like a class that helped me
You need that.
me
Yeah.
invest in that. Yeah. So yes, somebody to help me in that. I have other mentors. I have people in the business world. But anyway, I'm done. Like, so that was my 10 minutes of talking. Enough about my story. It was just to reiterate the point of like, you're a risk taker.
I
That was
am.
a huge risk. I am a moderate risk taker, I think.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
would
think
agree.
I'm
I
a
would say you're
big
definitely more moderate than I am. I would agree with that.
yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think I'm a huge risk taker where I'd be like, we're gonna gamble everything and do that. Like I am not. I don't think
You're not built that
I'm
way.
that bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I try to be practical of like, well, if I don't have money for my business, at least I coach 17 fitness classes a week where that brings in income for me to sustain whatever it is. I enjoy it though. I love everything I do. If I don't like something, I don't do it. I quit
Really?
it. Yeah. So like there was my schedule. I did not like my schedule. I did not like working Sundays. I'm like, even because it was 7 days a week, I'm like,
That's
I need
tough.
to stop this. I need to I need to stop Sundays. Even though I enjoyed it, I was like, I enjoyed it until I didn't. And then I was like,
Yeah.
nah, I'm not doing this anymore. And I stopped working Sundays and that was it. And I was like, that's same things that I've turned down working with certain clients, like just because of energy.
Energy.
And I'm
That's
like,
important.
I can't do the energy. So, okay, it's like a TED Talk for Julia. I'm here for you. Like, bro,
Well,
I'm just sitting here telling the mold story and living. But yeah, those pictures crazy. So
yeah, I want to see them, by the way.
crazy.
Insane.
I should share with you the whole album.
That's unreal.
There's tons of pictures. There's videos of me coughing, not being able to breathe. There's
Wow.
like I went to the lung doctor.
Lung
He said
doctor.
he said my lungs were as bad as a smoker's lungs.
Wow.
Yeah. I tried to do a breathing test with him. I didn't even pass the breathing test because of the mold. But thank God I'm alive today. Thank God I take such good care of myself. But it took a long time for the mold to leave my body. I mean, I still feel it stays it could be in your system for life. But after 2 years, you stop seeing like the effects. Mine has been sooner than 2 years. So thank goodness.
What a recovery.
Anyway,
Well, I can't say I
yeah.
did that. I did live in a van for I mean, this was like maybe 4 years.
What?
Yeah, I think at
Tell me more about that.
my toughest point, I think, it's probably between 2017, like maybe 2022. That was a tough stretch. And it was tough,
Tell me.
I think it was tough because so for me, I always knew like worst comes to worst, I was like, I could always do well being a successful
Mhm.
scientist. And I also had other options in terms of, especially like the investment I made in medical device. I could have
Yeah.
taken a path in the industry. So for me,
Mhm.
those were my worst. So it's not like I just jumped off the building. Like I wasn't doing that kind of bet. It was a gamble, but it was a very meticulous gamble.
Yeah.
But for me, it was like I could always go into industry and do very well. But for me, I was like, I wanted my 20s. I didn't want to look back and be like, damn, I had a couple chances to make a couple investments.
Mm.
It's not even the money per se, even though having an exit like that is life changing. It is life changing. I will say
Yeah.
that. It is life changing.
Financially and what else?
But it's not, I think when you're chasing it, I think money is a part of it. But I think what I've come to realize is one, the storm eventually stops. So
Mhm.
I'm no longer in the van days. So eventually that does stop, right? And if you're ready for the opportunity, it's your time to strike. And for me, I think it
Yeah.
was one of those things where I was like, I knew it was going to take 8 years. So 2017, I was like, this is probably going to take 8 years before this company goes public.
So you invested in 2017
Yeah, that was around
into this company and
and I
you
invested
stayed
some more
true.
3 years later. Yeah. When things were tougher, I actually put some more after 3
Damn.
years. That was in
Yeah.
COVID.
Yeah.
Actually, so this is what happened. So 2017, I
Yeah.
invested some into that company, and then I invested some into the pet brand that I have with my brother.
Mhm.
It wasn't a crazy amount, but it was like a little bit. And in 2020, COVID happened. I was like, things were tough. And I was like, all right, what are you going to do? Are you going to go to
Crazy.
industry? You know what I mean? Like, people literally thought I lost my mind, though. That's the one thing I'll say. People, even my mom, she was like, I see you going for this stuff, but I don't see anything improving. Now, that's what she was saying. It was tough. I was like, she's like, I don't see the situation improving.
Damn.
But here I am still plotting in my van, still plotting with my my medical device nerds and trying to see how the pet stuff, because the pets stuff was struggling, because before COVID we were struggling because we didn't really have any brand presence. So COVID was big because people went home. So when people went home, our sales quadrupled. So and my brother did a fantastic job because he operates it. He did a fantastic job of really pushing that.
What's the brand called again?
Function Pet. My brother.
Function Pet.
Junction Pet.
Junction Pet. Right. Junction. Now it's ringing a bell. Junction Pet, for everybody who wants to learn about what that company offers.
Yeah.
Go ahead and Google it. Or Anthony can tell you right here.
Yeah,
but anyway.
junctionpet.com. Junctionpet.com. Like I said, that's mostly the retail part. The wholesale part I do, but the retail part my brother does. It's a pretty cool brand. It is like vet clinic. There's a dog park there. And it's right
That's
on
so cool.
It's right on the East Coast, right? So that was a blessing. I think COVID really accelerated our sales. That was a tough one, but that's been a very good win. There you go. She got it. She's got it. She's got it. That was a
I'm
big
trying
win.
to say premium food, dogs, food, treats, toys, and accessories for dogs and cats from trusted brands. Wow.
Definitely more premium.
I'm trying to figure out like best way to break it down, but anyway, continue.
Don't you have any dogs? I don't remember.
Do I? I did, but my ex has her. But it's okay. No. It's okay. Like we agreed. It's not a sad thing. Like it was. She was in much better hands with him because
you think so?
I mean, I would have taken. I would have taken care of her, but he was home so much more than I was, so it would have made sense for him. Otherwise, she would have been sitting.
Even though you went through a breakup, you still had to see, fellas. Look, she even has good sense, because usually when people going through breakups, logic gets thrown out the window.
No, it was very amicable. That's why, like, I'm both of us were so. It's who you choose. It's who you choose, though. Too, like he and I were both
he wasn't your man, but he was
no, he wasn't. He was a good guy, like a good, genuine guy that like neither of us wanted to hurt each other, cause drama. Like it was very.
You knew he wasn't built for you.
Yeah, it's now at this point. Yes, I see that, but at the time, it was we just in love. We were in love years ago.
You can't see clearly. You really
but
can't.
It's what happened.
You can't see how the pieces really fit when you're in love. Because when you're in love, you don't see how the pieces fit.
Well, I felt it. Even
really?
talking about it now. Oh my gosh, I'm getting anxiety. Like I'm getting anxiety over it. It's like both of us knew that we like. It came to the point where both of us were like, we're not meant for each other. We loved each other.
But you loved him.
Yes. Yeah, of course I did. He's so good. He was so good to me. But even talking about it now gives me stomach anxiety.
See this? The love was real.
Oh my gosh. Okay, anyway. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna throw up. Not in a bad way. I'm just like these feelings. Like, oh my gosh. In a care way, never, ever. I would never get back. I never give men second chances. That's
never? Come on, don't say that. Never? But we're in America, though. America's the land. Like, you go bankrupt, America will give you a second chance.
Okay, all right,
I don't wish it anybody, but why not?
Second chance. Okay, no. Second chances.
What?
Okay, let me rephrase. Second chances for good guys. I give. Ever being cheated on? No.
You can't make that mistake. So that mistake you're saying, fellas, are you listening? Do not make that mistake. I'm telling you, fellas, don't.
Well, also, the thing about me and my girlfriends is I told you this.
Don't cheat.
We will know before you tell me.
Yeah, you've actually told me some examples. Guys, she is wicked good. Don't even test her. Don't even try it.
Like, I will figure out if that ever happens before, and I will make sure you know. Like, I'm going to try to get it out of you.
I feel like
I'll have the receipts. I'll have this. I'll be like, my friend Stacy was at the restaurant, like that. You know that restaurant down on Fifth, like making shit up, or like whatever. But
no cheating.
No cheating. No,
don't make that mistake.
What were you saying before? I was the dog. The dog thing. So my family has a dog. I used to have a dog, like a family dog. My sister has a dog, but it's kind of like the one at my parents' house. And then yes, I did. For a little over a year, he and I shared her. She's an adorable dog. Good, so good. We rescued her.
Are you a good dog mom, though? Because the fellas are going to want to know this. Are you a good dog mom?
Yes, I am. Well, I'm allergic. Funny enough, you want to know how good I am? I'm allergic to pets. I'm allergic to pet dander. And we still had a dog in the house. and just had like
Dedication, guys.
just
She still
just
had
not in
it.
the bed. The dog just couldn't go in the bed, but we had purifiers all throughout the house, and he
So no dog in
cleaned
the bed. So
like
that's a no-no.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just because I'm allergic. So like, but even now I'm all over the place. That having a dog would be way too much responsibility in my life
I think so.
for me to give the dog the kind of life I'd want to give. I'm
Yeah.
just like, it'd be a lot, but also my allergies and after the mold stuff, like everything now, I don't even keep toxic candles in my house. Like I don't
What?
keep
You can't even do
scented
candles?
things.
Come on, we
No, I
love a good
can't.
candle.
I
We love a
can
good
do
candle.
listen, I can do candles, but they can't be toxic candles. They have to be like made from local sources or people like that they're just using essential oils and
I
soy
see.
wax. Like it can't be like Bath and Body Works because now I get like I'm
Ah.
so reactive to things, but literally mold can change your entire body. So like I went down a whole research of this, like literally PubWeb, Google Scholar, all that research for mold toxicity
You
because
went
no
through
one
some
knows
serious
about it.
Yeah, people
No
don't
one
know.
knows it.
One of
No,
my
people have
mentors
no
actually
idea.
almost died from that. Jordan Peterson,
Wow.
he actually Google him. He had a very serious episode. He almost died from it. This is
You
serious.
can. People do die from it.
It's serious.
People do die from it and they develop lung cancer. They develop all these issues from mold.
It's
So like
serious.
when I was looking at apartments, the guy's like, what are you looking for? I'm like, a place with no mold. I don't care what it looks like. I just want no mold in the house, please.
No mold. She's like, I don't want a sauna. Saunas are nice, by the way. Saunas are
Saunas
nice.
are great. I love saunas, but that's not in this apartment. I'm not gonna. I have it at the gym, but not at the apartment.
Keep it simple.
Yeah, it's anyway. We digress. So your company, we established dogs. I used to have a dog. Back to your company.
Yeah, so in my case, just to kind of sum it up,
Yeah.
both of my bets panned out. I was very, very fortunate. And for me, I think it's like people always ask me. So now it's kind of funny because I'm being warped back into the academic world. I've had I think I told you that. I've had a couple
Yeah.
speaking engagements in
You
New
did.
York
So cool.
with schools and also some of them like private medical device companies. And it's been kind of nice just to kind of see that the gamble I took paid off, and it's a path. It's a very like unique path because I think you have to have your eyes set a certain way, I think, to see it. Most people, I think, never see it because it's not a traditional path. It's like what I did is not conventional.
Living in a van, like that's hard.
Yeah, and I had, like my exes had to go through all that. I'm actually thinking, I'm like, damn, like they must have loved me because like
Of course they did. You're lovable. You have a great personality.
They must. And the one thing I'll
Lovable.
say that must be hard, by the way, especially now. Like I have a couple dates coming up, first dates,
Good.
nothing crazy, but
Oh,
nothing
you gotta
crazy.
tell me about
Couple
them.
first dates.
Where is it? In Boston?
So some in New York and then some in DC. I got a couple for. I'm back, ladies. I'm back in the market.
Dane.
I am.
He's back in the market. On the market. In the market. On the market. You're back.
On the market. I'm on the
You're on
market.
the market. You're on the market. I'm not. I've been judged. I've been laughed
You're
at.
not
I'm
on the
like,
market?
no. I mean,
You're single.
I am. Yes, I am. But I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
okay,
If it was
fine.
right, you wouldn't consider it?
Yes, I
if this
would.
man wasn't playing. If he was like, I'm not playing.
Yes. Okay, yes.
If it was like day one, I'm not playing.
I
This
would
is what I'm
entertain.
on,
I tell people there was one guy in the past 3 years that I met, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love this guy's amazing. This guy says, but like never stayed in touch. Never. We did for a little bit, and then that was it. But it's not meant to be. I look now at it, and I'm like,
was
oh,
he not
no.
consistent?
Yeah. Not consistent.
He was all over the place.
Yeah. I couldn't do that.
You gotta be disciplined, especially with someone like you, fellas. I'm telling you, fellas, if you're gonna try it, you have to be disciplined with a woman like her. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Like the whole I'm here Thursday and I fly out Monday with this woman. Don't even think about it. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your mental headspace. It's not gonna work with this one. You gotta be ready from day one with this one. She's not playing. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
I'm not. It's true. Like it's straight. Either we're in this or we're not. Like it's not. We're gonna figure it out. No, not gonna figure it out. You know or you don't.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna figure it out today.
Literally today. More like yesterday. That's the kind of vibe she's on, and that's the kind of girl that I like to. Like she's literally like she's not playing the game. She's not doing the whole like totsy stuff for like an hour or two. Although I do hear she dresses well though. I haven't seen it.
Thank you.
I have not been a witness. But I do hear she does just well. So, but
it's at a few events. But I told you
she's
I'm
into it. I could see why. That kind of makes sense.
You gotta, I always say, well, my theory years ago used to be like, you never know if I'm gonna run into my ex or run into my future husband, so I gotta trust Mo. Either way.
That's a fact.
That was
The
years ago.
The one thing I will say though, I mean, I don't know much about your dating past, but I do feel like you do have a type though. I mean, I do.
We talked about that, but
I
no, my
do feel like
friends,
you do.
I think it's
No.
changed though. I think
Has it?
personality wise.
I think
Is
both.
that what you mean?
I think you
Yeah.
like. I think it's not one or the other. I think for you, it's like you almost, yes, they have to have that alpha male energy, but I also feel like there's also this. There also has to be this kind of yin and yang. Kind of, it has to be fun. It has to be exciting, but not in a
Yeah.
way that's reckless, right? It has
Yeah.
to be.
No.
It has to make some kind of sense, and I feel like
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
that's the part in you where I feel like the right guy really has to show up for you to trust that.
Yeah. But it's, you know what?
He really has to.
I really have to. That's where I trust time. I'm like, all right, let's trust timing. Let's trust things. But
Take your time.
that's my thing. I've been content where I'm at. So it's
so
not like it's not like I'm in a rush to be like, oh my gosh, I want to be married and have kids right now. It's like,
He's not in a rush.
I'm not in a rush.
Your composure may actually
But
be. This is hard to say. That might actually be more attractive than you, as attractive as you are. Like you're so.
What, the
'cause
composure?
usually, I have two sisters. The fact that you're
But they're your sisters.
No,
So like,
but they're opposite. So I've seen the development, right, from like 20 to like 50. I've seen it. You're like usually at your age. That's the like
rush.
But I sense this calm, almost like a killer kind of zen. It's unbelievable.
It is a killer zen.
Like it's
you
like,
walk in and I'm like, yeah, no, this is not
silent.
happening. Goodbye.
Dude, I mean,
you're just hyping me up. That's what you're doing on this podcast.
Yeah, this though. This is like the vibes is just so pure.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? And I think it's something that I appreciate it. I do. Like you're not in a rush. You're not.
No, I'm not in a rush. Because then I think of the word. This is the thing I think of is like.
So happy for you.
I want to be. Thank you. Well, you're gonna be. You gotta tell me about those dates, how they go. But I think the biggest thing. All right, he not telling me about those days. Forget that.
I'm telling you. I don't mind. I'll let you know.
No, he go. I don't know what that means.
I'll keep you in the loop. I'll keep you in the loop.
Okay. My thing is, it's funny because people ask, and I'm like, no, I'm not dating. Like they're like, are you looking for anything? I'm like, no, but it's also.
She's not even looking. Wow, that's
no. I'm not looking. I'm not looking. I'm not looking. I'm not any of that. Like, cause it's just, I used to, and now I'm like, what's the point? Like, oh no, I was saying I want to be at a good place financially, mentally. Like I'm healing myself. I'm healing my journey. Like I got through the mold. Like now I have certain goals. And it's also, I've watched myself develop as a businesswoman that the girl I was even like a year ago.
Girl, the girl, not the woman.
Is a woman.
Lord have mercy.
Is very different now than I was a year ago. So
what does that mean though? What does that mean? Real quick.
Different in the sense of I'm very strong with my boundaries. My friends know this. Like my boundaries, even when I told you like with boundaries, but even when I told you like I don't hang out with men one-on-one.
Really?
I don't. No.
Come on,
no.
Julia. You're single.
I don't. Yeah, but like, I mean, if I was going on a date or intended to go on that date, but my headspace is also like, no, I'm very much, I won't do one-on-one with a guy. So if you see me one-on-one with a guy, I'm being kidnapped.
You won't do?
Well, I will and I won't. Like, okay, if I'm going on a date, yes, but like even... I don't know what I'm saying. Here I am. It's just like even guy friends, I will be like,
even
if they're guy friends, I'm not going to go one-on-one with them. I don't know what it is. It's like a boundary thing for me where I'm not interested, but also I don't want people to perceive or have anything to even say if they're like, oh, I saw Julia with this guy, what does it mean? Like, I'm like, no, I don't even want it to be a conversation. I don't want people knowing my business about my personal life or assumptions of that. Well, I don't know. I just feel I think it's just because I haven't met him. So that's what it is. But I'm also not in headspace. I think it's a headspace thing.
But I was gonna say this sounds a bit. This sounds more like a combination of headspace and also I think he would even if he is him, I feel like he would even have to be a little persistent. Because it really sounds like you're in your own lane and you're really enjoying it. So for you to
I
pull yourself
am.
out of
I
that
am
piece,
really enjoying.
he would really have to be him. That's what I'm gonna
That's what
say.
I mean. It
He'd
would
have to
have
be.
to be like knocking on my door consistently.
Yeah,
But
and
it's not
consistently
that
though,
like
not on
it
some bullshit.
consistently, but it's also like there have been guys that have done that, but I have not. I'm not interested in them or want to pursue anything with
Not even
them. So I
interested.
think that's like where the thing is, but it's not it's something I think for me I've been protecting and healing
Mm,
of myself.
mm.
And I've been really enjoying like this sometimes like New Year's
It's a
I
season.
spent like I was fine. I was completely content. Valentine's Day completely content,
You were
happy
content.
like yes, nothing it used to bother me. But now it's like laughable. Now I'm like eighth wheel, let's go. Ninth wheel, let's go. Like it's
See,
because
you're at
because
peace with it.
I'm on my yeah, because I'm on my own journey, but we're also human. I've gone through moments of that, but I also realize that I'm on a very different path than my girlfriends. I'm on a very different path
You've
in the
accepted that,
sense,
but have you
yes,
accepted it?
yes,
Wow.
yeah, because a lot of them are in relationships, serious relationships, dating, or they've been dating. And for me, I'm just like, I love my friends will FaceTime me, tell me all about their date, and it does not bother me because then I hang up and I'm like, okay, I'm going to complete this task for my business, or I'm going to continue to heal myself, journal, pray. Let me go watch my Gossip Girl episode alone. Like the amount of excitement I get, I like get so giddy. I get so giddy watching gossip. Like I'll go on the couch and I'm like,
And you're enjoying your singleness. I love this. She's not
and I like
pressed.
grab my blanket. I like wear my long or
Your robe,
my XL t-shirt. I'm just rocking like no makeup. I just grab
no
my
mascara.
blanket. No, I just grabbed my blanket and I'm like, it's yesterday morning. I woke up because we had a snowstorm. So I was like, you know what? Today I'm going to work. I canceled all my clients and stuff. I was like, I'm going to work from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. today on stuff. Let me take my 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Watch a show, made my iced coffee. I was doing a little dance. Like I was just living my life, loving it. Because the thing is, as much as you cannot control
No.
that person when the person comes to your life. So you have to enjoy your life outside of that because you can't control that part. I can control what I do for my business. I can control building this app that I'm launching on the 1st. I can control all these things that I can control them.
Yeah.
I can control my podcast and how many episodes I film and my editing. I have to let go of the things I can't control. I can't control when a man is going to come in my life and date. I love talking about relationships. I absolutely love it. Love talking about growth and things of that nature, but I think that's also kind of it's been nice. Like it's been a nice journey to be like, yeah, I've made it this far without any like just me and God.
You don't
And
need
it's
a
like
man.
networking. So, yeah. It's just been I haven't like yesterday I spent over an hour shoveling out my car. All the men
By
were
yourself?
out. Yeah, all the men were out. I'm out there shoveling out my
With
car.
the man?
I was shoveling my own car and the men were all shoveling their cars in the neighborhood. And I'm just like, I'm chill. I'm like, I got muscles. I got this. I'm like, when I get inside, I'm going to take a nice shower. I'm going to go make myself a warm drink and then go to work. And that's it. And like, I shoveled. Yeah, I shoveled. It was so much snow. It was
Yeah,
like,
yes. I heard you guys got 14 inches when I left.
yeah, it was bad.
I heard
It
it
was
was like
so
it
bad.
was a lot. I just missed it. That's
I
crazy.
had a video. Wait, hold on. I deleted my voice. Look how deep that is.
What? That's not you,
Yes, it is me.
Julia. What? You're not like it's not like you're 5 foot. You're like what, 5?
5'5",
And
but
you're
the plows pushed it all up against my car and the house. So
oh,
it's like 3 feet of snow.
damn. So this is
So I was digging. It was a lot. I was like low key, and then my car was not moving. I kept like the wheel was just spinning in place. So I'm like, bro, it was so much that I'm. So yes, I can
You've been
do it.
going through it. You've been going through it. You've been testing.
Yes
But you got
and no.
your
Yeah,
account, Instagram, you got
I got
that
it back.
You got that back though. Is that true?
I got that back. Yeah,
You
I
sure?
got that back. Yeah. It was I had somebody. The beautiful thing about being nice to people is there's always somebody who's willing to help you. And just like I'm willing to help people people, it was a connection. I had a friend who had a friend who worked at Meta. Meta was able to help me get back into my account. Like, it took a month. I
That's
was
not
off
that
of it
long
for a
though.
month.
But
No.
in
In
the realm
retrospect,
of business, that's not that long. If I'm
yeah.
being honest with you. In the realm of
Yeah.
business,
Yeah. But I got it back. And then I
I'll
told you it
win.
was the shift with February. It was a
Yeah,
shift of February. It
it's
was like
shifting.
everything started to happen. And I was like, oh,
I
okay,
think
now
this is
things
your
are
season.
happening. And
This is
I
your season.
think so too. And I think I just
Yeah.
am getting to a point of
You've been tested.
being at peace. Yes, being
Yeah.
tested, but being at peace and feeling good and just being like,
So
yeah, this
proud of
is,
you. Like I mean
yeah,
that though.
thank
Like
you.
I
Thank you.
rarely like I'm genuinely proud of your. I think a lot of times we're gifted with things. I think Jeff Bezos talks about that. One of my favorite
Yeah.
examples. You're gifted with your looks. You're gifted with the smile. You're gifted with the eyes. I mean, these are gifts, but I think resilience. You're not gifted with resilience. You're not gifted with being able to take a lick and keep on ticking, right? And you keep taking that lick and you keep. That's something you can't. That's not. You can't be given that. And I'm really like proud of you, and I'm happy for you, and I really hope.
Thank
I
you.
hope you take this season to like not only continue scaling but structuring yourself. I think one thing I think that really helped me just to kind of close out the exit part. I think that people think about is you really have to like find a structure. So as you're scaling all these different things, these different revenue streams, you're getting all these opportunities. I really hope you take the time to like I think just think about like what structure you want to have. Like, is it going to be the Julia show? Are you building teams out? Like what I'm doing, like multiple verticals. I really hope you
Yeah.
like take the time to think about that because I think you're on to like you really hit a very unique niche in that space, and I'm excited for you. I genuinely am excited for you.
Thanks. Thank you. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be exciting for both of us. So okay, I know. Yeah, I was gonna say, what's next? You talk about High Rocks. Miami. You're going to Miami?
I've had a lot of people tell me that though. Even the
Yeah.
possible dates I might go on, maybe not.
Yeah.
I'm still not sure, but a lot of people have been telling me like,
Yeah.
I don't know, Miami's always special though. It's always something special for me, so I'm looking forward to that.
You never know. There's a lot of fit, strong women because High Rocks is super popular for Miami people. Usually the very fit people choose Miami to go to. So
Over the
like,
other cities though, you think? Like
yeah.
New York, because like
Yeah.
there's New
I
York.
would say so. It's warm. It's beautiful. New York is depressing right now. I don't even want to look outside.
I left just in
Like,
time.
yeah, you
I'm not gonna
did.
lie to you. I
You
left
did.
just in time. I
You
left.
did. So there's no snow by you?
Nah, I literally just missed it. So I'm up a couple of trade show stuff in Vegas, so I literally like missed it. Yeah, I just missed it. New York was good though. I mean, I didn't see you.
Yeah.
Hey, look, the FBI had a watch list for you.
I know they did.
We couldn't find you, so I was like, I hope so.
Couldn't find me. No, I'm unsearchable. I'm unsearchable. I'm
It seems
unsearchable.
like you.
I'm usually in my apartment or working.
And you disappear.
Yeah, I disappear from people. Yeah, no.
You are something else. You literally are something else.
Yeah, a
your
little bit.
ability to be like, I
The
think on the
boundaries?
scene, but also create boundaries.
The boundaries are
parallel, and you're very serious about that. So you're not playing. You're
Oh
very
yeah,
serious about
no. For my boundaries when it comes to like things, I'm like, hey guys, I'm leaving. Bye. Or even clients like I've been much better with boundaries recently. Much better.
The gift
Yeah.
of goodbye. Or see you later. It may
Yeah.
not be goodbye,
Yes.
but see you later.
I don't have a problem, or I don't get FOMO. Like
With
I
no
get
emotion.
joy
With no
of
emotion.
missing out. I mean, I do, of course I have emotion, but I think it's more like I don't get FOMO per se. Like if everybody's going out, like I don't get that. I'm like, oh no, I'm comfortable at home. Like, go ahead, leave me out.
Your level of discipline is unbelievable.
Well,
Seriously.
I guess that's it. That's what it is. Discipline. We're supposed to be here talking about you. I mean, yes, it's a conversation, but like, okay, so good things about your company going public.
Yes.
Your
biotech.
Now what is it? Medtech. Yeah. But it's so cool. So the whole win of this is my understanding is, so you were living in this van, struggling with a lot of things, just struggling. And then you get to a point where now you're on the flip side, where this company that you trusted and were investing in all during that time, being unsure if they'd ever go public, now just went public and now you're reaping the benefits. So what would you say is a big lesson to be learned from even your journey? Like, what are some lessons that people can
Honestly,
walk away with?
I think a big takeaway. I'm huge on history and reading.
Yeah.
Lao Tzu said, I love the Asian philosophers, by the way.
Mm,
If you guys don't know them, read them. I'm telling you. But one thing that really helped me, especially with the exit and also being able to I think get on the other side of what I've always wanted. And again, it's not even the money per se, but it's the impact, right? I think it's being able to have an impact in different industries. As a kid from Haiti, I think that is the American dream. It's not even about the amount in your bank account at this point. For me, that's kind of irrelevant, if I'm being honest. It's really about wow, these dreams do happen. And sometimes you have to be crazy enough, I think, to chase your passion. And that's what I did. And I think even with the exes I had at the time, or even friends who thought I lost it, like I lost a screw. And when I talk to them about it now, and they're like, man, you really went after it. And that's what I did. I mean, I just never gave up. I think people say that, but it's really true. I think if you don't give up, eventually you're going to figure it out. I mean, it might not be picture perfect like you think it's going to be. Like, for example, now in some ways dating is going to be a challenge, even though I think I do have the gift of discernment, but now it's like I have a lot to lose in different ways, right? And so
what do you mean by that?
I mean, because now, especially in Miami, I think it's or if you're in an environment where people are looking at you as to what you do, I think, yes, I'm proud of what I do, but now I think it's it's different compared to when I had my van days. That's what I'm trying to say. Because back then, I didn't really, so then I knew it was all in. Whereas now, it's
you don't know if people are after it for money or whatnot.
I knew that. There was no question.
Yeah.
But now, I kind of have to, I'm not going to say it's and luckily for me, I don't have trust issues, but now you kind of have to be what's the intention, right?
Yeah.
Because you always talk about that. That kind of goes back to you, not to make it, but intentions and boundaries, right? It's forcing me, because naturally that's not natural for me. It's forcing me to have to do that now. It's forcing me to have to be what's the intention?
And that's my word of the year is intentional, right? Everything I'm doing, I want to be intentional about towards a bigger goal, towards a bigger purpose. And I think a lot of people are not sure of their intentions and situations, and they just get into it. And I get it. You live and you learn, right? You learn from it. But at this point, as somebody who's a business owner, multiple business owner, even for me, our time and our business also is part of us. You don't want to say it's part of you, but for me, it is part of who I am, because I built it. It's my baby. This is something I've grown and I've nurtured, and that's something that I am going to be intentional about who I bring on as clients. I am going to be intentional about what I produce. I am going to be intentional about what information I'm sharing and what investments I'm making and who I'm spending time with and who I'm accepting meetings with. And those are things that I've become very careful about my intentions.
She's preaching, y'all. Please continue. She's preaching. She's preaching.
I've been very careful about my intentions with I think dating is my strongest suit in the sense of I can, you discern, I can discern whether or not this is something I want to invest in or cut off. And that's something, it is investment. Oh my gosh, that's my thing as of why right now I'm a little hesitant to just date, because I'm do I really want to go spend time at dinner for this guy? To be doing that when I could be enjoying my time at home. Part of me is I want it to happen organically instead of it being oh, we're gonna sit down and have dinner. What's your name? What's your favorite color? I'm not going to remember you. I don't ask those questions though. My first date, I'm vegan. I love Jesus. I'm huge into fitness. I have a very healthy home. I'm very health centered, oriented. I want a family one day, kids one day. I care a lot about my business, and you have to be able to respect that. But also the vegan thing is so important to me too. So there's that's
serious.
Yeah. So anyway, I know we can definitely go on and on to talk about this and all the fun things. This is a great conversation. It was just a mix of everything, but really I want to finish with 3 takeaways what are your 3 biggest takeaways that you can offer listeners?
I hope you guys really hear me when I say this. You don't have as much time as you think. Meaning, like, yes, I don't believe in rushing the process, but at the same time, try to avoid realizing 10 years went by and like what did you do, right? Because they'll go by quick. I remember yesterday I was engaged. Like, this happened yesterday. Sometimes I wake up and I'm like, damn. But time really does fly, and you really don't want to regret them. And so for me, I think I'm very proud of that. Like, the chances I took,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's important. So I think recognizing your time, I think it's huge, because you'll never get that back. Curating your space, meaning like the networks, the people that you're constantly talking with. I think that's big. And then having a sense of responsibility in terms of what you're trying to accomplish, and don't think that it's, because everything starts off a little delusional, right? And I remember people used to tell me that. But you kind of have, like, if you're trying to accomplish something that most people don't, you kind of have to
Yeah.
be a little delusional, right?
Yeah.
So you have to accept that. And I think accepting that, I think, is probably the third thing I'd say, is you have to accept that you have to be a little crazy and just go after it.
Yeah. Wow. Well, thank you for sharing all of that. I know it was quite a conversation today. And it was more like, again, that's what these are, conversations.
Conversation.
Just like getting to learn more about me and getting to learn more about Anthony and just like his perspective and how he is. And for anybody listening, I am going to provide Anthony's LinkedIn below. So if you do have any questions, you want to reach out, since he's very successful, owns multiple businesses, you want to talk more about that, please do. But everyone, keep living your best life, and we'll talk again next week. Have a good rest of your day. I hope you all enjoyed today's episode. If you would like to continue to get these episodes first thing, then go ahead and subscribe to my channel on YouTube and on Spotify under Best Life by You. If you're interested in working together, y'all can go ahead and visit bestlifebyyou.com/work with me, or go ahead and follow me on Instagram at NutriFitJulia. Send me a DM, or just follow for more information, fun tips, and just a lot of humor. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Let's continue to live the best life by you.